Welcome to this edition of the Cambridge Comedy Underground, where we bring you the best in local comedy right here on local television. I'm really glad to be with you guys tonight. It's a great day to be alive. I don't do the face app thing. You guys did the face app thing? I'm not doing the face app thing because I have a mirror. Like, you know, I'm not about watching myself age. I don't really look at myself in the mirror because when I look at myself in the mirror, it's like the first time you ever hear your voice recorded and you don't believe it's you. So now I'm getting to that age, I look at myself, I'm like, God, oh! Like first I get a little scared, I'm like, oh, well, no, wait. No, come on, I don't look like that. I mean, not all the time, right? Is it just like right now or something? But as I get older, I don't know. You guys will get old. You'll get old like me. It'll happen to you, you young kids. You'll be talking to your grandkids someday saying, when I was a kid, we didn't have an actual space invasion. We had to make believe with the old-timey Xbox. I try to find new ways to protect myself from, like I drive in the car, like people don't exactly know. They have those new protection and caution signs in cars. You see like baby on board and I brake for animals. And I haven't exactly found a sign that fits my situation right, so I had to create my own. Mine says, Hi AF! Yeah, I went to the marijuana dispensary. I love the marijuana dispensary. Anybody got their card? You guys like the dispensary? Yay, let's hear it. Yay for the People's Republic of Massachusetts. No, it's great in there. I love it, man, to go to the dispensary because they have every kind of product imaginable now. You just have to smoke weed. In my day, I've been waiting 40 years for this. All we can do is like, you got a bag of weed or a bag of weed, you know. Now you got a bag of weed. They have cartridges. You can smoke the vape cartridges. They have brownies. They even have a patch. They invented a patch. Just great news for me. Now I can smoke weed while I'm sleeping. And I think it's really cool because it's so odd for a guy like me who did all his dealing like in the street and that sort of thing to go in the marijuana dispensary where they have to observe all the customers. You know, may I help you? And so I get in all my weed products. The guy's at the checkout counter. He says, yes, let's see. We've got a half an ounce of Granddaddy Purple. I got 2 brownies and a vape cartridge. Have a nice day. I'm like, bet on it, pal. Have you smoked this stuff? I'm on my way to buy condoms. My day's shaping up just fine. Shit. I tell you that Canada's gotten on board. They got recreational marijuana everywhere, which I think is great. You know, and they even, like the Budweiser are going to make weed drinks and stuff, and I'm waiting for McDonald's to get on board. You know, I want to make an adult Happy Meal like cheeseburger with a pre-roll. I don't know. I got kids around the house, so I can't smoke I can't smoke weed around my kids and that. You know, so you got to find stuff to do that takes you outside. How many times a day can you take out the freaking trash? You know, it's like that belongs in recycle. Oh, I'll get it. So you guys ready to get this show rolling? We've got an excellent show for you tonight, beginning with this very first comic. I'm so delighted to have her here. She's a regular at the Comedy Studio. Please give it up for Kathleen DeMol.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be here, although I'm having a weird week. I downloaded that app that tells you who your celebrity lookalike is. I got Ted Cruz. 7 times. My mother told me that I should be so blessed. She also voted Mitt Romney on the primary, so like her opinion on my face does not matter. For the last 28 years, I thought I had resting bitch face. Now I've just realized that I just have like perfectly sculpted Republican cheekbones. You know that scream, make America great again. Like, I'm ready to move to Indianapolis and marry Mike Pence. That's what I'm getting at. Like, that is what this face wants. It's shorts season. I see some shorts in the audience. I don't like to wear shorts, but when I'm forced to wear them, my go-to is always like a trusty pair of Bermuda shorts. Mostly because those are the only kind of shorts that don't get lost in my personal Bermuda Triangle. That is my crotch swallowing them whole. If you're a woman in this studio tonight or at home, you should be laughing at that joke. That's deeply relatable. Unless you have a thigh gap. And if you have a thigh gap, you can fuck off. Like, this is not a safe space for you. My problem, though, when I put on Bermuda shorts, I have this condition that plagues women in their 20s. Like, I go from being a fun, flirty 28-year-old to just looking like a 40-year-old Girl Scout troop leader. with a name, and that name is Big Kath. Big Kath's a real bitch, guys. She doesn't even have a kid in the troop. Like, she just loves the Scouts. That is my vibe in a pair of Bermuda shorts. Oh, man. I don't know if it's obvious. I'm tall. I'm 5'11", so I'm 2 inches taller than the average American male. And I live in downtown Boston, so there's like weird pros and cons that come with that. Like some of the cons are, I'm constantly getting asked to help rescue cats out of trees. But some of the pros are that it makes walking home alone at night really nice. Because like if you've had a chance to take a look at me over the last few minutes, we can all agree on one thing about me, and that's that I'm clearly a two-man job. Like, I walk home alone at night, some guy pulls up alongside me, gives me the once-over, and he's like, oh, fuck, Tony's off today. That's too much work for a Tuesday. If it wasn't obvious based on that last joke, I'm still single. I'm really bad at reading social cues, though. Like, recently, I had a really good high five with a male friend of mine. So I was just like, we should fuck. And he was like, we should not fuck. So we met in the middle. We joined an intramural softball league. That's right, I'm playing right field, matching shirts, taking loose balls to the face. It is just what I wanted in a relationship. It's perfect. My parents like to give me a lot of advice when it comes to dating. My mom, she told me recently that I'm asking men out too formally. She said instead of asking them out on a date, I should ask them to a group hangout and then have nobody else show up. That's how an episode of Forensic Files starts, where I'm the murderer. I don't need these men to know that I have a skin suit in the back of my closet. But things are going well for my brother. My brother got married about a year ago, and my parents paid for the wedding, and it's considered like non-traditional when the groom's side pays. So they pulled me aside before the wedding to let me know that everything would be even in the end, that when they die and I get more money in the will, that I should just tell my brother to his face that he like had too much of an extravagant wedding. Like he went too over the top. And at first I was on board. I was like, they're right. Patrick went over the top with like that dove ceremony, that cannoli display, like riding in on horseback. But then I realized that my parents just had a conversation behind my back where they both just like shook their heads and they were like, yeah, Kathleen's gonna die alone. And we're gonna have to explain this extra $50K to her brother. I'm fine though. I will happily take the lump sum. I will happily just not get married at a shitty chapel in Sudbury, Massachusetts. Okay, if I said the term horse girl, by round of applause, how many people know what that means? Oh my God, these are my people. For those of you that don't know what a horse girl is a girl between the ages of 12 and 17 who most directly relates to the domesticated horse, thus the name horse girl. Now there's a few things you need to know before you meet one in the wild, and I'm gonna tell you some of those things, okay? Like first off, if you meet a horse girl, she's gonna say right off the bat that she's wild at heart and she can't be tamed, because she's a horse. Secondly, she really likes to use that mane and tail shampoo you can buy at CVS. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Weird thing about that shampoo is meant for horses and humans, which means the guy that created that shampoo was just like, my problem is that I want to shower with my horse. Butterscotch and I are best friends, and we need to use the same products. And then that guy became a shampoo millionaire off that shitty idea. And the third thing you should know is that if a horse girl's in a good mood and she likes you when she's not feeling bitey, she might take a carrot out of the flat palm of your hand. Now, if it's not obvious based on my knowledge of the horse girl realm, I was a horse girl in high school. Nay. I was a different kind of horse girl. I was on an equestrian team. We were the kind of girls that rode horses. Horse girls just like ran around on all fours eating grass. I was also the captain of my equestrian team, and I was a real piece of shit in high school. I know that because I drove a minivan that I called the Shaggin' Wagon. No shagging going on in that wagon. It's like if this wagon's a rockin', there's a problem with the brakes. There is a problem with the brakes. But as a piece of shit and the team captain, I thought the best way to like round up my team members was to rap at them. That's the right reaction. My version of rapping was just like, my mom won't buy me a pony. I can't ride with my homies. Now they just think I'm a phony. That's as straight as it gets in Concord, Massachusetts, guys. That is all we have. That's about it. All right, I'll end on this. I'm very close with my family. I went and visited my grandfather recently. He's a very sweet man. He's a 92-year-old World War II vet. He's in a walker. We took him out to lunch at one of his favorite restaurants. At that restaurant, there was a woman that had a shirt on that said Guess. And I think we know Guess is a woman's clothing brand, right? My grandfather thought that it was appropriate to like hobble up to that woman, you know, look her dead in the eye and just say 34C. Yeah, and then after the shock set in, she just looked back at him and was like, oh my God, you're right. Guys, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much.
Keep your hands going for Kathleen DeMoss. Oh, man. I just want to keep this show going right along. We're having such a good time. You guys ready for another comic? Well, here's another regular at the Comedy Studio. You're really going to enjoy this guy. We're going to help him up onto the stage. It's Mr. Vaden Jones.
All right, how's everybody else doing tonight? Better than me, great. Oh, look, I'm just gonna address it up front. I'm gonna talk about it, and then we can like move on or something. I'm from Alabama. Yeah. People ask me all the time, like, why I decided to move away from Alabama. And nowadays, I can just be like, have you seen the news? Like, have you read a meme? Jeff Sessions ring a bell? Just anybody? No? All right. It's a problem, that's all I'm saying. I didn't have to tell you where I'm from, though. You just hear my accent, and you're like, yeah, you're stupid. I get it. You know? I don't think that's fair. Like, people that, like, assume when they hear a Southern accent, the other person's, like, not intelligent. It's not like a British accent, you know what I mean? You hear a British accent, you assume that person has, like, a little bit of class and intelligence. You hear a Southern accent, you assume that person loves Jesus, probably racist. And only one of those things is true. I am not comfortable explaining which one. I think we should be proud of the Southern accent, though. I think, in my honest opinion, I think everything sounds better in a Southern accent. And don't worry, I got examples. Just like right off the bat, like the Bible. Hi, my name's Jesus. You know, from Nazareth. God's my daddy. Shakespeare sounds amazing in a Southern accent. Hark, what light beyond yon window breaks? It is the east, and I tell you what, Juliet is the sun? Me and Juliet was like peas and carrots. But the best, absolutely, with a little Southern flair, is philosophy. Hi, my name's Socrates, and all I know is I don't know much of nothing. I think, therefore, I might be a redneck. That's actually my favorite joke, because the thing about that joke is that last line is actually Descartes and not Socrates, so who sounds stupid now? It's my dad's favorite joke, too, because he says it's the only time I've actually used my college degree. Now every time I talk to him, he tells me I'm obligated to use that joke until I've made at least $75,000. So I'm going to be telling that joke for like the next 20 years. So this is cool. It's kind of silly for me to announce this on TV. I haven't even told my parents yet, but I just found out I'm going to be a dad. Allegedly. Well, like I said, I'm from Alabama, so I'm legally obligated to do at least one episode of Maury. I'm not really gonna be a dad. It's a joke. It's just a joke. Actually, I physically can't get somebody pregnant because they won't let me. No, I don't think I'll ever have kids, to be honest. And I think I've reached a certain age where it should just be okay for me to hate babies. You know what I mean? No, just me? Cool. No, hear me out. Like, what's even to like about babies to begin with? Am I right? Like, they're loud, smell weird, lazy, ain't got no job, always looking for a handout. I don't know how I make hating babies sound racist, but like here I am. Like, you know what I mean? People do assume that I'm racist because I'm from Alabama. Like, I don't think that's fair, but I will tell you this: I do remember the day I found out I was racist. You gotta get woke. No, it's not like it was on purpose or anything. I just come from an ignorant place called Alabama. We just do things and then find out later they're culturally inappropriate. Like somebody will say like Black Lives Matter, and I say something stupid like All Lives Matter, or just like watch Black Panther with subtitles. But no, I remember it was actually in high school. See, I come from a nice small town in North Alabama. See, that's actually racist right there, because that just means like no black people live here. And it's not like we didn't accept like other cultures, we just didn't have any other cultures that lived there. And I remember my senior year of high school, we had one black student in the entire school. And you know how somebody will be like, I'm not racist, I have a black friend? My friend Reggie was that dude for like 250 people in North Alabama. Since I'm on TV, shout out to Reggie. It's my home. But no, this is actually a little bit of a sad story. I'll end on this. Turns out senior year of high school, Reggie got cancer. And it's not that he survived, he lived and everything. But while he's going through chemotherapy and everything, we wanted to show that we loved and supported him. So we all shaved our heads. Yeah. Okay, a couple of people caught up. His parents and the local news were not happy when he came back to school, was greeted by about 250 skinheads. And like, what's our excuse? We're not racist, we have a black friend. You met Reggie? Like, all right, I gotta go take some painkillers. Y'all have a good night.
Keep it going for the man that hopped all the way down to bring you some comedy tonight. Oh, man. I'll tell you, I keep switching back and forth off from my glasses. I don't know. It has something to do with being born from Michigan. When you're from Michigan, you're branded with this doofy look that no matter where you go in the world, you always look like you're from someplace like Michigan. Or a department manager at Walmart, I'm told. Apparently, this is the look for me. Yeah, but I could be any Walmart in America. You bring your A game. You're gonna answer some questions of sporting goods when you look like this. I'm in a Walmart a couple of weeks ago. These two ladies start walking toward me. They looking at me like they've got some problem only I can solve, right? I start backing away. They start coming faster. I know what's gonna happen, right? Pretty soon they're shouting out, "Sir, sir, sir! We need to know where the cosmetics are. Are you gonna answer our questions or what?" So, I wanted to set the record straight. I said, "Listen, ma'am, we don't even want your business in here. So you and your pajama pants friend are going to have to buy your stuff at Kmart." Somebody told me not to feel too bad about that. They said, if somebody comes up to you in a place of business randomly, it's because you look like you own the place. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what happened. These two ladies walked into the Walmart in Tewksbury, Massachusetts, took one look at me and went, "Oh my God, is that Mr. Walmart? Need to go get a selfie." So you guys ready to keep the show going? This next comic I have known for a while. He's an absolute delight. You're going to enjoy his set very much. You've seen him before on the show. Please welcome Kevin M. Quigley.
Thank you, folks. I'm an atheist and it sucks. Some people are proud of it. I don't really get that at all. That's like being proud of abstinence. Like, yeah, a lot of people are out there having sex, and a lot of people seem to get enjoyment out of sex, but I don't, and I'm better than you as a result of it. No, I don't care for it. I have to choose a new religion. I've been fascinated by Wiccans recently. Anyone here Wiccan? No one down with the Wick? No one's ever ruined a conversation 30 seconds in by bringing up crystals? No? Oh, it's great. No one's ever claimed to be earthy and holistic and then used chemicals to dye their hair a color that doesn't exist in nature? Throws me for a loop every time. I love Wiccans. They're very confusing, though, because, Christians, they got Jesus Christ. Muslims, they got Muhammad. Wiccans, they have choking too hard during sex. We pray to it every day. Sometimes we get a little short of breath, though. Yeah, I upset a Wiccan recently. She threatened to put a hex on me. It happens. They're very disagreeable people. Hansel and Gretel was not lying. So she said she was going to shrink my head. I was like, that's kind of insulting. And a few weeks later, I had Thanksgiving dinner with my relatives, 2 of which are Mormon. They told me they were going to pray for me. I was like, can we go for a hex instead? I have no problem getting my head shrunk. I don't want my name to be floated with any creepy American versions of Jesus. And there's strange temples where they got a painting of Moses leading the Jews out of Wichita, Kansas. And Noah's coasting down the Mississippi River. Noah's wife's like, can we stop in Memphis? I want to try some barbecue. Noah's like, no, we're not stopping until we reach the promised land. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You may be wondering if that's what Mormons actually believe, and it's not, but it is close. I like them, though. I like how they kind of take every critique of religion and just kind of push it to the limit. Like, I might say, oh, look at those paintings. That's so dumb. Adam and Eve, they weren't white. Mormons are like, no, they're from Missouri. They live just outside of Kansas City, up the street from the 7-Eleven. And they're great salesmen, too, because everyone's always saying, oh, religion, maybe I could sell you some magic beans. These people go door to door selling Mormon, and they are good at it. Like Catholics have the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Mormons have Joseph Smith, Glenn Gary, and Glenn Ross. They're not allowed to drink coffee, but eternal salvation is for closers. It's a rough. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Kevin. If you can't tell from the way I'm dressed, if you don't laugh at my jokes, my father will be suing. So let's get those laughs up, folks. I think summer is a verb, and I'm not afraid to use it. I was in a fraternity in college, and some people like to insult that. They say, oh, you're just buying your friends. But I had a lot in common with those guys. We all love drinking. We all love to go out and party, and every single one of us had sex with my girlfriend. I know, what are the odds? Had a solid group of guy friend and a girlfriend who was actually willing to hang out with them. One time she even hung out with 6 of them at a time. Found out about that later in a group text. It was embarrassing. Now, I don't like to demean woman by using the B word, so let's just say she was a cunt and move on. It is tough dating in this. I don't understand women too well. I don't even understand their bodies very well. Like, I went out with this one girl. She had pierced genitals. Anyone familiar with the practice? No? Oh, yeah. I think it's pretty badass. Like, I think it's like metal. Like, literally metal in the hood of her clitoris. Went over to her apartment. I said, why you got so many magnets lying around? She said, those are my sex toys. I'm like, that's a thinker. You don't even need to wash your hands after, and then you can hang up a wedding invitation. Or a postcard from her grandmother in Naples, Florida. Obviously not Italy. Her family was white trash. Probably guessed. I went on a date with a different girl. She said, Kevin, do you know it's actually healthy for a woman to drink red wine during pregnancy? I said, if you want me to wear a condom, you can just ask. You don't need to be bringing that shit in here. I'll wear it. I'm a team player. Our team is not putting some fetal alcohol baby through Fitchburg State. I'll tell you that much right now. What kind of shit is that? Can't really get advice from your friends either. My friends give me the worst advice. Like my one friend will tell me, Kevin, if you want to get a girl, what you got to do is be yourself, but don't be yourself. Like, this was hard enough before the Riddler got involved. I hope I find love before the bombs go off and destroy half of Gotham City. My other friend, he says, Kevin, you got to treat the ladies the way you want to be treated. I said, that is illegal. When I see a pretty girl, I know exactly how I want to be treated. It is 2 violent crimes and a public indecency. Not exactly that romantic. So I got on the apps. Everyone, go on the apps, whatever. And they're a little weird. Every girl on the app seems to say the same thing. She says, hit me with your best pickup line. So I said, hey, girl, are you my parents? Because you're going to be disappointed. And that didn't work at all. I guess you're not supposed to bring up your parents when you're trying to be sexy. I don't know. I never read the Kama Sutra. That's on me. So I upped it a notch. I used a better line. I said, hey, girl, are you a leaky pipe? Because you should be in my basement wrapped in duct tape. And I think we all just agreed that that's hilarious. And if she doesn't get my sense of humor, it's not meant to be. But I had plenty of time to think of a better line on my 30-day ban from the app. So I got back on. I came in hot. I said, hey, girl, how much does a polar bear weigh? Not even enough to break the ice. They're very emaciated due to climate change. What are some issues you're passionate about? No, every time. Some of these apps are a little different. They'll ask you these icebreaker questions that you got to answer, break the ice or whatever. One of the questions I always get is, what is the craziest place you've had sex? Now, I don't think that's really something you should be answering. Like, I think the only correct answer is like, I don't know, my parents' bed? Because like even if you had sex in the elementary school abutting a playground abutting an elementary school like I did, you could just lie. You just met this person. This is a stranger. They don't need to know that dinner and drinks might be like a felony sex crime under the monkey bars. Plus, it can give you false expectations. Because one time, I did exchange sex places with a girl. We went on a date. Things went well. We went back to her apartment. Things got a little steamy. Clothes came off. I said, do you have a condom? She said, no. I said, what the fuck? You had sex on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World. You should be carrying those around. Whatever. Comedy's hard, guys. I know I'm making it look very easy right now. But I have a lot of friends out there, and they'll move across the country. They'll move to Los Angeles to try to make it in comedy. And you always get these naysayers that say the same thing. They say, they're going to end up doing porn out there. And it's really ignorant. It's really fucked up. Like, this person moved across the country to pursue their dreams, and you're saying something that is so disrespectful to porn stars. Like, are you familiar? You've seen porn stars. You've seen what they can do. That field has a barrier for entry. There's more qualifications than just not being able to pay for pizza. Like someone said, oh, you hear about Karen? She moved out to L.A. She can't sing. She can't act. Probably going to wind up doing porn. I said, oh, she can't sing. She can't act. Has she trained herself to have no gag reflex? She's probably going to wind up driving for Uber. Porn stars make anal sex look easy. That's not simple. Like, if you ever tried it in real life, you know it ends with an empty bottle of lube and two grown adults holding back tears. Having anal sex with your partner is a lot like choosing a foreign language film on movie night. Like, you think you're gonna be a little modern, a little edgy, a little saucy. Halfway through, you look at each other and you say, that's enough, we can go to bed. So, this may come as a shock to you. I was not raised in a diverse neighborhood. I know. Now, my street, the street I grew up on, was considered the diverse one of the group because there was a woman on it who was half Jewish. We think, we weren't allowed to talk to her, obviously. So as I grew up, I found out that you need to sort of surround yourself with people from different backgrounds. You need to learn about the issues of other people. That's why I think it is healthy to sometimes, just to listen, be the only white man in the room. That's right, I think it's healthy sometimes to be the only white man in the room. Notable exception, the room where they filmed those ISIS videos. So one time I was offered to do a gig where I would be the only white man in the room. It was me playing to a room of about 130 black people, and I was excited. I accepted it right away. But I still had some friends from back in my old neighborhood. They said, Kevin, you gonna do that gig? She worried one of them's gonna have a gun. I said, whoa, man, that's racist. And statistically speaking, I'm like an awkward, lanky white guy who just talked for like 5 minutes about having trouble with ladies. They're probably gonna be worried I have a gun. Thank you so much, folks. Give it back to Casey.
Kevin M. Quigley. Let him hear it. Oh, man. Yeah, you guys know, I started in stand-up comedy 30 years ago in, of all places, Utah. Land of the Mormons, where everyone looks like they came from a Land's End catalog. What's great about Utah gigs is that they're, like, my impression of a Mormon heckler, excuse me, you are somewhat less than we had anticipated. So I first got into comedy, I had to talk to the missus about it, so I sat down and said, honey, it's a Mormon joke. All right. So I actually will tell you my first joke ever. You guys want to hear the first joke ever? Okay, so they had to talk about those. This is back. Now you got to remember, this is like 1989 or something, right? So context is important. So they're talking about the backmasking, right? Backmasking of records. Yeah. When you play them backwards, you haven't heard that? You take an LP. See how old I am? You take an LP, you play it backwards, and they give out messages and that. I think it's true because I tried it out on my Mormon Tabernacle Choir record. It was some old lady giving out casserole recipes. 2 cups of noodles, 1 cup of milk. Thank you, my very first. So, when we do the show, we like to have a couple of spots that are available for special guests that come in, and comics from around town that haven't been booked on the show. If they got a chance to come by and drop in and put their name in the hat, we draw a couple for your delight. I have one for you right now. Please put your hands together for Kristen Hutchison.
How's everyone doing tonight? All right, well, my name's Kristen, and I have a lot of hats that I wear on a day-to-day basis. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm also a bartender. And you never realize how much you learn from being a bartender and a mom that go hand in hand. Like, you have to have a lot of patience. You have to answer the same question over and over again and pretend you never heard it before. And you're constantly cleaning up after people. You know, when I'm at home and my son wants another cookie, I go, no. And he says, why? I said, because I said so. He's like, okay. When I'm at the bar, they go, another beer. I'm like, actually, had too much. No more. And they go, okay. And the other bartender goes, how'd you do that? I'm like, I'm a mom. It's pretty easy. You know, I really think being a mom is a lot of fun, but it's changed a lot. You know, back in my day, parents had big families for free labor, not freeloaders. You know what I'm saying? You had to actually earn your keep. Like, my mom was a single mom. So, like, if they had iPhones back in my day, we would have had to, like, earn it. And, like, there was 3 girls. We had to share one phone. We'd, like, set the timer and be like, my turn. It would have been not fun. Also, like, the other day, I remember there was a mother was like, Bobby, do you want your sandwich cut in half? Do you want fruit punch or chocolate milk? He's like, fruit punch. She walks out. Bobby's 16. He's playing Call of Duty. Like, you think Bobby can get up and make his own sandwich? No, I mean, I tell you, like, when I'm at the supermarket and I watch these kids today, I'm like, this would never happen back in our day. If I ever acted like that in a supermarket, my mom would have put the food down, would have gone home with no dinner, and she would be like, don't you ever embarrass me in a store like that. And I saw that mother the other day, and she went through all the phases of being a mom. Like, first she was embarrassed, then she was frustrated, then she's like, just get me out of here. So since parents don't want to do their job, I think I have a solution. I think we should have the tantrum timeout center in the beginning of the supermarket. It's covered in glass. There's a padded floor, soundproof. You put your kid in, they can scream their brains out, and we can keep shopping nice and easily. The next kid comes in. By the 3rd kid, the kid's like, get me out of here. Did you see what that kid was doing? They'd stop pretty quickly. Another thing that I think is interesting about being a mom is there's a bullying problem. Anybody hear about that? Yeah, I experienced it on the schoolyard one day. I got there and I saw them. They had their coffee cup, Lululemon, the moms. It was like a scene of Mean Girls. And listen, if they don't like you, not only are you screwed, but your kid will have no social life. Luckily, my son doesn't care. So when I'm at the playground, they walk over to me like, oh God, here they come. So, which one's yours? And I point over. Oh, so does he play baseball? I'm like, no. Does he play soccer? And you're like, no. Well, what does he do? And I'm like, well, he's really into trains and Legos. And they go, that's cute, but like, doesn't he get bored? And I go, no, because this thing called an imagination, and guess what? It's free. And they go, oh. And I go, oh, but I forgot. You're probably that mom that needs to make your kid like get all the grades and get a thumbs up on Facebook, and he plays all the sports, he can be involved with all the social things. And then you're gonna make your kid like hate his life, and then he's gonna be overstressed, overscheduled, and full of anxiety. I guess I'll just take my free thinking individual any day. That's my time, everybody. Thank you so much, Kristen Hutchinson.
Keep your hands going, Kristen Hutchison. Oh man, what a great show! You guys having a good time? Enjoying this? Man, it's awesome. It's hard to keep all this straight. I love what's going on in this place. It's great. You know, I get confused from time to time. I get this ADD. You guys, yeah, heard of that? Yeah, I got diagnosed with ADD as an adult. So I had the adult diagnosis of ADD, which is great because I don't know if you know, in the '60s they called that minimal brain dysfunction. So. Yeah, I would have made it like a lifetime of compulsory therapy just to get over the name of it, much less, you know, any of the symptoms. You know. Something else. But you know, it's kind of difficult when you deal with stuff like I have ADD, I have some OCD. It's like there's certain jobs you'll never be able to have if you have, you know what that is, obsessive compulsive disorder. There's certain jobs you'll never get to have when you have OCD. You're like NASA countdown guy. Never get that job. Ignition in 5, 4, 5, 5. Thanks. Psych jokes are coming. You like those? No, it's just because the way that things are working out is weird. You know, the way I don't know if you guys saw this, but Whirlpool invented a stove that you can control using your cell phone. Yeah, because, you know, America, but it's going to be a godsend for people with obsessive compulsive disorders. You know, you can be in that big business meeting at work and say, excuse me, I just have to check in with the stove. Hi. Yeah, it's me again. You're not on, are you? No, listen, I know I just called. But listen, one more thing. Can you see the front door from where you are? You know, they have one of those 24-hour telethons to raise money for people with obsessive compulsive disorders. I missed it. I was washing my hands. But you know, now, technology, though, is not that easy. When you have kind of the challenges I have, I'm not that good with conflict. I actually don't like conflict very much. And it used to be before these cell phones were invented, all I had to do to end an argument was physically leave the fucking building. That's all I had to do. Now that thanks to the invention of the cell phone, I have the same argument with my wife for the last 14 months. I think the Gulf War was like 144 hours. You can't have those dramatic exits anymore, you know, where you say that, oh, that's what I said. No, that's right. No, I'm done talking about this. This conversation is over. Slam the door. You know, now I walk about 10 feet. Zzz, zzz. No, it isn't. I would turn it off, but I don't want to miss a call from the stove. So you guys want to keep this going? You're going to love this next comic. I love her shining, smiley face whenever I see her shining, smiley face. She runs a great mic at Nemesco's. Please put your hands together for Latasha Hughes.
Hello, everyone. How you feeling? Awesome. It's your favorite neighborhood girl right out of Western Mass. You're so kind. I know I'm not what you were expecting. There are black people there. Yeah, this is real. It doesn't wash off. Sir, you look disappointed. I was too. Really needed that freaking loan. You know what I'm saying? Oh, any millennials in here? Young people? Yeah? Oh, some people a little, you know, I don't know if I'd be overexcited about mentioning that either if I were you. Yeah, you guys have a little bit of a problem, you know, can't read nor spell without your electronic devices. So please, my friends, if you find them in the parking lot after the show, a little dazed and confused, no judgment, okay? They're just looking for bars. Oh, good times. I love young people, I really do. I do. Just as long as they don't belong to me. You understand what I mean? Yeah, my husband and I have a very non-traditional American family. People got freaked out. It's not that serious, guys. It's a comedy show. Yeah. We have 5 kids. Yeah. I know. Some of my friends are like, well, she doesn't look Irish Catholic. You know, with that fro, I don't think she's Puerto Rican. I want to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. No, I'm none of those things. What I am is extremely fucking fertile. I just, you know, I'm trying my best. And if you notice, I just keep darting my eyes on the tops of the heads of the fellas here in the front row. Last thing I need at my age is a fucking pregnancy scare. You know what I'm saying? Wow, just, you know, I don't want to upset anybody and your beautiful partners here with those annoying child support payments, those weekly payments, and those odd every other weekends, right? And everybody loves that annoying 2 week of summer. What the hell am I gonna do with this kid? Let's be happy. Let's be happy. Yeah, so I need you guys to follow some small instructions moving forward with the show. You're gonna follow with me, guys? Yes. Treat these eyes and hips like that of the Medusa, okay? Won't kill you or turn you into stone, but it will check your wallet. I repeat, it will check your wallet. Okay. Oh, I actually did have 6 kids. I feel like we're close now that I, you know, disclosed all of my mishap. I did. I had 6 kids, and I lost one. I got a divorce. In light. Come on. People struggle with that joke. Nobody ever really knows what to do with it. It's like, should I send her condolences? Give her a body shot, you know? A high five? All are welcome. Yes. I lost dead weight. Oh, man. It was the quickest 200 pounds I've ever lost in my entire life. Yeah. So you see little weight loss programs, Jenny Craig, you know, lose 10 pounds in 12 days. I'm like, oh, I lost 12 dress sizes with a switch of a pen. Yeah. I'm not thinking that she can help me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Having kids are tough. Anybody else in here have children beside myself? Oh, yeah, that's right, Mom. Okay, listen. A lot in nature is not fair. We start out in the relationship supermodel status, looking like Tyra Banks. You know it, guys. Don't get quiet now. It's what got your ass in the bed in the first place. Okay? Don't leave here alone. But suddenly, we end up looking like Precious. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on out the beach sand. My waist is weak. My ass is worn. Oh, that's the prayer song I had to come up with. Just to bury the two-piece ensemble I used to wear to the beach before the 5 kids. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. Our bodies take a mighty blow. But you gotta be positive though, right? I can still go to the beach. It's just not the same. Learn to be at peace with a one piece, right? Yeah, let's rock this out, right? Beach is a family place. Kids shouldn't be traumatized. It's all I'm saying. With that said, you do know that the part of my body that struggled the most is the midsection. No matter what I do, it just looks like exposed brain tissue. I mean, just jiggles to the right, to the left, bam, just gave up on life. I just fell in love with support underwear. That's the only thing I've got. That's all I've got. It's not easy. So with that said, 5 kids. Anybody else in here? Let's see what I can think of. I just lost myself there. I'm so sorry. So sorry. That's all right. You know what? I'll end right there. I'll give it back to your host. Thank you guys so much.
Natasha Hughes, put your hands together. Oh man, I love the family stuff. I have been married for 28 years. 3 different women. The mothers of most of my children. No, I have 3 children. They're 30, 21, and 8. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's and I tell you, when you have families that are, especially blended families, weird families, I translate family to everything I do. Like I've been watching those shows, like those explorer shows on TV. I noticed something interesting about famous explorers, like the Vikings. They didn't bring their families with them, a lot of these guys. I don't think that's a coincidence. It wasn't Marco Polo and Sons, Erickson Brothers. And then I wonder what it would have been like, how the trips would have been different. Like if Columbus had his wife with him and his kids on board. She's trying to get him to stop for directions. The kids are on the deck being disruptive. Are we there yet? I'll turn this thing around. She's about, well, I don't know why you don't stop and ask somebody. All I heard is that if you go the wrong way, you go right off the edge. That's all I'm saying. And then imagine, you think history looks disfavorably upon Columbus? Imagine the beating he would have taken from his wife after he got here. I told you this wasn't India. I told you. So you guys want to keep this going? This next comic is very, very funny. I enjoy his work a lot. He runs a mic. It's a brand new, producing a brand new show. It's going to be weekly Thursday nights at Jeannie Johnson's at JP. Check it out. Please welcome Sean Egan.
Thank you. We're having fun. I got beef with my dentist. I don't like that dude. Last time I was there, he's operating on me. He's got the drill going. About halfway through, he just looks at me and goes, just like, not the sound you want someone drilling into your teeth to make. He goes, hey man, you should really do something about that acne. Yeah, fuck that dude, right? Like, that's not just me, right? Imagine going to dentistry school for 8 years and then one day in the middle of your practice, you're just like, oh, fuck, I should have been a dermatologist. Fuck him. He's rich. I just got back from Los Angeles recently. Anyone ever been? Los Angeles? No? Okay. All right. I was out there for the first time. I had a blast, but it is a crazy city, all right? I land. I'm in town for like 5 hours, and then I just watched a dude get kicked in his chest in front of a Jack-in-the-Box. And I was like, this city fucks, and I am moving out here as soon as I can. It's crazy, though. It's weird. Like, it changes people. I was staying with one of my best friends in the world. We were roommates here in Boston. And, like, the craziest thing we'd do, we'd open container, day drink, fish the Charles River. Waste of time. Don't do it. But that's the craziest thing we do when we were in Boston. I'm out there with him. First night, I'm blackout drunk on his couch, and he goes, hey, man, want to see something? And I said, sure. And then he threw a loaded gun at me. That is just a real thing that It was like my first thought was, number one,
I am way too drunk to be holding a firearm. And number 2, I'm really glad I'm as close with this person as I am because my fingerprints are all over this fucking thing. That's why I work in a bar. It's how I pay the bills. The way my bosses describe it, they're like, you sling a mean drink, but your people skills need a little bit of work. And they gave me this example. They were just like, remember that married couple that was in the other day? It was a husband and wife, and the whole time they were there, the husband was eating, so you were talking to the wife the whole time. You go up at the end, and what I did was I walk up and just like, hey guys, how was it? And the husband goes, hey man, you know what? You were great, everything was great. I'm just glad you finally came over when my mouth wasn't full. So I shot from the hip. I was just like, hey man, if your mouth isn't full when I come, I haven't done my job. And then I quit. I'm going to leave you guys with one last thing. So we have a voicemail, or we got a voicemail the other day, I should say, at work. And I'm going to share it with you now because it was pretty crazy, but it goes something to the effect of just a first unheard message. Hello, my name is Shelly Rhodes. That's SHELLEY space RHODES. Again, I'm not going to spell it again for you. You get the idea. She spells it the second time. She was like, I was in your establishment the other day and I have a bone to pick with you. And we're like, fuck, she's going to complain. He's like, I was in your establishment the other day and I had the time of my life. The food was amazing. The atmosphere was great. But the thing I was blown away the most about was my waitress, okay? She was amazing. I loved her. She was just very friendly, outgoing, but deep down, I could tell she was a very shy person, okay? I could tell she was a very shy person. And I can tell because me, Shelly Rhodes, talking to you right now, I am also a very shy person. So when I see a shy person doing their best in their line of work, I go out of my way to tip them very well. And I left this waitress a big tip. It was like $15, $20. I don't exactly remember. I do know that she was like a doe-eyed, blue-eyed girl, big horn-rimmed glasses, red shirt with a whale on it. She was great. I loved her. But I'm looking at my bank statement the other day, and I see that the tab is clear, but not the tip. The bar got the money, but the server didn't get the money. So now I'm wondering where this money went. And I'm just like, this was a lot of money I gave to this bar. Did they just pocket the money? And she was talking about that big California trip she was going on. She needed the money. So what I'm getting at, the whole crux of this, the point of this phone call is end of message. So have Shelly call me, guys. Have a good night. Thank you very much.
Keep your hands going for Sean Egan. Let him hear it. Let him feel the love. All right, this just in, you guys. We got a surprise guest for you. You want a surprise guest? A surprise guest. All right, this dude's one of the kings of saloon comedy. Please put your hands together for Tommy O'Deed.
All right. Give it up for your host, Casey. Isn't he wonderful? That fucking guy could sell snowballs in hell. All right, Cambridge. Buckle the fuck up and keep your hands inside the ride. Uncle Old School's getting real right now. You'd never guess this, but I'm woke. Like a motherfucker. I'm in my early 40s, 42 years old, just outlived Elvis. Figured I won the game, right? Snoring through life like, the Bruins look good this year. 3-piece original recipe, dark green. My stepdaughter wakes me up. I'm like, what is it, sweetheart? She's like, yeah, my name's Ryan now. Transgender, it's the way of the world. Get with the program. That's what I had to do. I had to fucking study up on this. Suddenly I'm like, I love this kid. He's not my blood, but I'd murder people with my thumbs for him. If he wanted to be a space cowboy, I'd back it. You want to be Batman? What the fuck? You want to be Ryan? I can handle that, right? So Ryan started taking hormones, right? And the change came on suddenly. Where like Tuesday, still had the old Elodie voice. That was the old name, Elodie. And then by Thursday, I come home one day, and I just hear this dude talking in the kitchen. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope he didn't kill Ryan. What the fuck? I get my baseball bat like a samurai sword and I bomb out. I'm like, oh, it's you. Oh, good for you, man. Give me some, good for you. Ryan just got his top done, right? First time he came out of his room with no shirt on after living with someone with titties for like 4 years. I felt bad because I went, sorry. And he's just looking at me like, all right, I get it now. I got it. That one's a thinker. I was like, Ryan, so you got your top done. Are you going to get the bottom done? He goes, nah, they haven't perfected it. Looks like a Frankenstein dick. I'm like, all right, so you got the, top done. You look like a handsome twink. Still got the vagina. That's a good look. That'll go well with some Air Jordans. Good for you. Good for you, Ryan. Had a moment tonight when I left the house. I went to take out the trash. And this was my true test of, like, my lifelong homophobia that I'm trying to outgrow with my transgender stepson, my gay friends, and blah, blah, blah. I said, Ryan, I can't find my house keys. Where's yours? He goes, it's hanging right there. I go over, pull the wrong keys off. He goes, no, it's not. That's not the right one. It's this one. And the moment came where I pulled it out, and he looked at me, and he was like, is he going to stick it in his pocket? And I just... I love you, buddy. I love you. Ryan saved my life one night. His mother was giving me a fucking beating, right? And believe me, I earned it. She was lighting me up in the living room like I just turtle up when she starts pounding on me. Thank God for Zoloft. We should be in a Zoloft commercial. Anyhow, Ryan's mother, the mother of my 3-year-old, is pounding on me one night. And I'm like, I turtle up. I don't hit girls. I just make them mad enough to hit me, right? Out of nowhere, I hear, boom! Ryan comes flying out. And he's like, Ma, cut the shit! He scared me. I was horrified. The other morning, we're at breakfast. I'm looking at him. He's got a basketball jersey on. I'm washing the dishes. I'm like, I can't wear a basketball jersey. I don't have shoulders for it. Fuck you, Ryan. I want to steal. Like, I'm going to start dipping into his hormones, right? I'm halfway to 90. Halfway to 90. I'm not going to make 90. That's a fact. Like I said, I outlived Elvis. That was my goal, right? 42. My next goal, Jack Kerouac. 46. After that, Charles Bukowski. After that, Hunter S. Thompson. I will not out. 46. I have a 3-year-old now, right? I'm a dad, and I'm me. I'm a goofy dude, right? You might call me a retard, right? And don't get offended when I say retard. I'm a true native townie Bostonian. As long as you drop the R, it's just like the N-word. Cambridge, my name is Tommy O.D. Thank you so much.
Hey, Tommy! Keep your hands going for Tommy O.D. Man, we're having so much fun. Let's just keep this fun going. This next comic, we did a show together in Bristol, New Hampshire. And yeah, they said, you got your choice, Vegas or Bristol. We said, let us think, but you're gonna love them. Put your hands together for Joe Flynn.
Casey McNeal, everybody, let them know. Yeah, so we did the show in Bristol, New Hampshire, and I was running late, so I'm bombing up the highway, 80 miles an hour, trying to get to this place on time. And I see this sign that says, reduce speed to 45 miles an hour when flashing. I told you I was in a hurry, so I just stuffed my dick right back in my pants and kept going 80. I recently turned 60, and to commemorate this landmark birthday, I went back and took a look at the bucket list that I wrote when I was 50. And I actually crossed a bunch of things off the list that day. Yeah, I looked at it, I was like, wow, that one is never gonna fucking happen. She's dead now, so I think that one's out. And no, I am not going to run a marathon. At this point, I need a nap when I drive 26 miles. But there was one thing on the list, one thing that I actually accomplished. I was able to check it off. It was number 7. It was have sex with a member of a minority. Yeah, I was able to check that off when I realized if you would fuck this, you're in the fucking minority, let me tell you. The homeless Kenny Rogers look just isn't getting it done. My wife hates that joke. She says that I say the wrong thing all the time, and as luck would have it, she has a list of her own. Thanksgiving 2009, we're at my brother's house. A lot of little kids around. I'm watching the football game, and the ref makes a call I don't like. And I yell, that's bullshit. Now the parents are all pissed. They're gesturing towards their children, rolling their eyes at me. I know I have to make it right. So I call the kids over. Kids, gather round. I'm sorry I said bullshit. Uncle Joe fucked up again, didn't he? Because I'm always saying the wrong thing. My wife and I were getting ready to go out. She looked in the mirror, looked back at me, and she says, I'm getting fat. Yeah, that night I learned me too is not an acceptable response. I have since learned that neither is no shit. What do you mean getting? I'm sorry, baby, I thought you knew. Those all get you in trouble. We had a really, really steamy hot day a few weeks ago, and I went to my wife very nicely, and I suggested we visit her cousin. Now, you guys are my friends now, right? I can tell you, her cousin is an asshole. Her cousin has an in-ground pool, so I suggested we go visit. And I'm in the pool minding my own business. He decides to bust my balls. He stands over me, he's like, hey, I treated my pool with that chemical. If you piss in the pool, the water turns blue. I just looked up and said, hey, you realize that shit's not working, right? When she turned 50, I was all over social media with this big event. Happy 50th birthday, big 5-0, hashtag half a century. She wasn't amused. Now I'm explaining to myself again, I'm like, baby, you don't understand. Your 50 is a big deal to me. I haven't had sex with a 50-year-old since I was 15. They transferred Father Bennett to another parish that year. So this is where you're drawing the line? When you thought I was a 15-year-old kid banging a cougar, I was your fucking hero. I meant to ask this earlier. Folks up close to the stage, does the lazy eye distract you at all? Well, that's thanks, but I was asking them. I actually do have a lazy eye, and like Casey, I also have ADD. So not only am I easily distracted, I've got the one whack job eye that just bounces around the room, finding shiny shit to distract me. I don't know who coined the phrase lazy eye. This thing gets more exercise than any other muscle in my body. I call it spaz eye, and I think that's a better name for it. And I've discovered there's advantages to spaz eye. One of them comes when I'm playing basketball. Because like I can be over here watching the guy with the ball, right? And spaz eye's keeping an eye on what's... You guys are not buying me as a basketball player, are you? Different analogy. When I walk into the Golden Corral, I got it knocked. I'm over here chowing down on chicken wings. The fresh prime rib comes out and spaz eye gives me the heads up. Everybody's happy. I told you earlier that my wife says I say stupid stuff, right? But you know, she says stupid things too. She just doesn't admit it. I'll give you an example. She grew up in the city, so she's never driven a car. Doesn't have a license, has never been behind the wheel of a car. But she claims, she told me that, you know, sometimes, Joe, when I'm dreaming, I'm driving a car in my dreams. That means I know how to drive. I'm like, baby, by that logic, I know how to get J-Lo to back that ass up. Because in my dreams, she'll do that for Klondike Bar. I make so much fun of my wife, but you know, she's my best friend. She's my biggest fan. She's the person I tell the jokes to first before I tell them on stage. I told her the Klondike Bar joke. She just shook her head and said, yeah, good luck getting a room full of people to believe you'd give up ice cream for any fucking reason. So she won that round. But I told you she doesn't drive, but the men in the audience will understand this. That doesn't stop her from criticizing my driving one bit. She's always telling me, and I've called her on it one day. I'm like, baby, how can you tell me how to drive when you've never driven a car? She says, Joe, you don't give blowjobs, but you're full of advice on that fucking topic, aren't you? It's cute, she thinks I've never given a blowjob. Father Bennett, remember? But it's funny, the advice, and I'll finish with this, the advice we give each other is the exact same advice. My complaints about her blowjobs is the same as her complaints about my driving. It's always, baby, slow down, take your time. We'll get there. And stop fucking texting, would you? Hey, I'm Joe Flynn, thanks for coming out, thanks.
Keep your hands going for Joe Flynn. Now, I want you guys to clap your hands like this, right? Right. keep this party going because there's some craziness going on there. I got the craziest man in town coming up for you now. Please put your hands together for Cheyenne Superman.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you. I know. Don't be nervous. I know. We're in a small room. I look how I look. You're a little on edge. I saw it in your eyes. I did. Beautiful couple here. I saw it in your eyes. Beautiful couple here. I saw it in your eyes. White woman here who would cost at least 50 mangoes in my country. I saw it in your eyes. I did. I came out here with a microphone in my hand and you said to yourself, this guy is obviously a doctor. Pediatrician, right? Pediatrician. I get pediatrician all the time, seriously. Conversation goes the same every single time. Hey, Sham, are you a pediatrician? No. Matter of fact, not even allowed within 500 feet of a school. That's a joke. I sell drugs. I'm around schools all the time. I have to be. Because my biggest clientele, 12-year-olds, love Xanax. I thought it was Adderall, but it's Xanax. Oh, it's Xanax. All right, well, you knew I was going to ask. Where are you from?
India.
Romma Tangsinga. What part of India are you from?
Kerala.
Hindi bolna hai?
No, Malayalam.
I don't speak Hindi. I don't. It's the only thing I know how to say. I did say fuck white people, but you were born here?
I was born in India.
Oh, so you're an enemy. Okay, you're an enemy. I'm just kidding. You don't look like a disappointment, though. I'll tell you that. You look like my parents would pay a lot of money for you. They would. And where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Oh yeah. Were you born here as well?
I was born in Vietnam.
Oh really? When did you come to this country?
6 years ago.
Okay, so you guys stayed in the same continent. That's good. I like that. That's good. Look at this. This is pristine white. This is... Come home with me, please. Let's have a triple marriage, and my parents will never put me on another website for the rest of my life. Seriously. No, I like to ask people questions, you know. I like to ask people questions about topics they like to talk about, like religion. You know. Let's talk about it. I grew up as a devout Hindu. Are you Hindu?
Yep.
Nice. I actually, maybe you'll know, I used to date a Muslim girl. Oh yeah, it was heated tension when I dated this Muslim girl. My dad hated it. Comes up to me with your hair and your beard and you're dating this girl, you're starting to look Muslim. It's like, first of all, motherfucker, back off, so do you. Second of all, what the hell are we arguing about here? Religion? Really? Religion? Like religion, right? Like, for example, and I don't mean any disrespect, but the Muslim religion, I don't even know what it is. Like, brown Jesus, goats, fruit. I don't even know the fucking story. I don't, okay? And then you have us Hindus, who are no better, who worship gods that look like characters at a RuPaul's drag show. I mean, what the fuck are we arguing about here? And religion is bullshit. I actually read an article recently that Buddhist monks now are preaching violence against Muslim people. Buddhist monks, the most peaceful people in the world. So I'm a Buddhist now. And I'm just kidding. I'm evil. I'm just a racist. Guys, I got a white Italian friend. Yeah. What's so hard to believe about that, huh? You're Latasha's friend. Okay. So you're my sister. I have a white Italian friend. He just had a baby with a black girl. Yeah, from the Congo. And I don't know if you know this. Whoa, I know. Black people and Congolese people don't like each other, right? Is that true? They're like, get out of here! Oh, no. That's how I heard it. They actually, do you know, the Congolese people, they like to party. When they found out they had a kid, they had a Congolese baby shower, and it was 60s themed. Have you ever heard of this? Yeah, I walked in, all the white people were sitting on the left side of the room. All the black people were sitting on the right side of the room, and I was standing in the middle, just looking like an Indian jeweler, trying to feed his family. And I fed them. I sold his grandmother, who has Alzheimer's, a bracelet I made for $400. So I made out. I did. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But yes, like this man, I am from India, as I call it, brown China. It is the same shit. When's the last time you've been back?
2 years ago.
Do you like it?
It's different, but yeah.
It's disgusting, right? That's what you wanted to say. It's disgusting. I swear, he'll attest to it. You get off the flight, you are immediately shoulder to shoulder with everybody in the entire country. It is ridiculous. Billion fucking people. Billions. God. I don't know. My therapist is on vacation, so just bear with me, okay? Is your father white? Yeah. seem disappointed. You want to trade? You want to trade? No, I asked him. My dad's white too, actually. Seriously. I got a racist white dad. Trapped in an Indian guy's body. Hates his life. Wants to kill himself, but he can't because he's Hindu. Might come back as a rock. Now, staunch Trump supporter. Huge Trump supporter. And the man is a staunch Republican, staunch Trump supporter. He is in the NRA, the National Rifle Association, and owns no guns. Does not own one single gun. Pays more dues for the NRA than he did for my mother. How insane is that? What I'm trying to tell you... And what's your name? Shankar. What Shankar is trying to tell you is that it costs more than a box of vegetables to be in the NRA, all right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. My dad is such a staunch Trump supporter. He has 5 Make America Great Again hats. 5. All color-coded, though. All color-coded. 2 in red to support the Republicans. Makes sense. I got it. 1 in black for formal occasions, dinners, funerals. And 2 in pink to support breast cancer. The man's not an animal. He's an Indian, but he's not an animal. He's not an animal. Nice. Wow. Oh, man. That's what, don't do drugs, guys. Then you end up on CCTV with a fucking seceding Texas t-shirt on. I don't know. I do have a job, though, when I'm not checking out sick kids. I got a job. I work at a call center. Yeah, let that sadness sink in for a fucking second. You guys get why that's so horrible? 50 mangoes? Do you understand why that's so horrible? You get it? I'll spell it out. That means I'm an Indian with an American accent working at a fucking call center. Shankar will tell you, in our culture, that makes me autistic. Or as my father likes to call me, a failure. But no, seriously, white people, give it up for yourselves. Don't be afraid. It's not a trap. No, give it up for yourself. It's not a trap. It's not. Give it up. It's not a trap. Suck it in harder. Gotta keep you on your toes. I say that because I grew up in a really nice white town, well-to-do white town. Casey, what the fuck is wrong with this? Yeah, you can put it back. I grew up in a nice white town, educated white town. Here's the thing, though, right? No matter how educated or nice a white town is, if you look like me and you grow up in that town, it is always difficult growing up as the only black kid in school. The only kids that had it tougher, Jamal and Henry, the actual black kids in the school, they had it much tougher. I got teased all the time, yeah. Hey, Sham, do you like fried chicken? I got called the N-word even after 9/11. Can you believe that? It's like, hello, people, it's sand, N-word, all right? Hey, thank you, guys were a great crowd, thank you.
Giant Supermanian! Let him hear it, let him know. Yeah, it's the funny thing is, so we become comics because we're not really mechanically inclined, I guess, right? I can see nothing better to do than to keep this going with your last comic. You guys up for it? Let me hear it! This man and I have done a few shows together. I love him whenever I get a chance to see him. I'm glad he could be here with us tonight. Please put your hands together and welcome Rashid Town.
Give it up for everybody. Hey, what's up? What's going on? I'm going to sit down because I'm fat and I'm trying to lose weight. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Woo! Thank you for having me. I feel a little self-conscious. You ever feel self-conscious about stuff and then you kind of overperform to deal with your self-conscious? For me, I'm self-conscious about my race, right? Because I'm African-American, but I know what my voice sounds like. You know what I mean? I know people say you sound like Carlton from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but when you're around the corner, it's like, oh no, Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, if he ate Carlton. So I get that. I know I sound like I say the N-word with a hard R, an appointment to HR. So I get it. I feel self-conscious about it. I've been trying to like, what I do though, I do things like I'll invite people over and I have like my African American art. I'll have like my African American like playlist on Spotify going, you know what I mean? Still gets me into trouble. Like just the other day, I had this, I was out at a barbecue and this is all real and you understand why I've deleted all the pictures in a moment. But I had my friends over and we're listening to some of my black rock music playlist. So I got Prince, Lenny Kravitz, Jimi Hendrix, Fall Out Boy because the bass player is black. You know what I mean? I got everybody. It's just a whole list. So hey man, my friend goes, hey, you should like check out heavy metal. I'm like, oh, I think I have like some Jimi Hendrix coming on, or Prince is pretty rocking. He goes, nah, you gotta check out Metallica. I'm like, I don't know. Then my cousin comes, hey man, do it for the culture. Now when a black guy says to another black guy, do it for the culture, that's like I triple dog dare you, or you're not gonna get into Wakanda. You know what I mean? I got like now I'm committed. I'm like, fine. Give me some stuff to listen to. They give me one song by a group called Pantera, which I still understand what a Pantera is, but I'm afraid of it. The song was like called like Don't Look at Me and Walk Away. It's like Move Bitch Get Out the Way, but like scarier. And someone with more depth. Whoa, don't look at me. Whoa, walk away. I was like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. Another song was a happy birthday song. Happy birthday, kill you. Okay, all right, I think I know what I'm looking into. The concert comes in, and I'm like, what am I gonna wear? Now, when I get like nervous, I do two things. One, I have the turtle, and I get all like self-conscious. That's the reason why I'm taking jiu-jitsu now, so I can learn how to jits everywhere. You know what I mean? I love jitsu. Give me a headlock, I'll jits all over you right now. It's fantastic. Give me a lot of self-confidence. I can jits anywhere now. I can jits on command. I love jiu-jitsu. Other thing I do is I tend to troll people. You know what I mean? I tend to troll people. I tend to like, I go on the other end. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to this Metallica concert. I'm gonna wear like total anti-metal shirts. I got a shirt that said, I have kids. I'm gonna wear khakis. I think I'm gonna wear my Crocs. And I was like, you know what? Heavy metal show, probably gonna be blood. I'll wear boots. I pull up to the concert, and by the way, I have my window down, and I'm like kind of easing into Metallica. I'm still listening to it again. I'm listening to like, Voodoo Child by like Jimi Hendrix. I go brave and listen to like In the Name of Love for U2. I don't know why. I thought maybe that would be, I don't know what U2 was at the time. I get to Metallica, guy's playing Happy Birthday, Kill You, but he's wearing a polo, khakis, Crocs. His wife is doing yoga in the parking lot of a Metallica concert. I get in there, shocked. They both come to me, hey, welcome, friend. This is your first Metallica concert? You're not wearing the Metallica t-shirt, so we weren't sure if you knew you belonged to the Metallica concert. We get there. I'm walking across the, by the way, nice Jordans. I'm sorry, this is what I'm saying. I'm a black dude. I see it. 11s. This is fantastic. This is like a cat with like a laser pointer. What the fuck are you doing? Excuse me. Sorry. My mom's watching. I get to the Metallica concert, and then I see this group of white folks sitting there like just punching and pushing each other. It's called moshing. This is like a normal mating ritual, I guess, out in the metal wilds. There's one woman, very cute woman, almost as cute as 50 and 40 mangoes, very cute, with glasses on. She's like, hey, come this way. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna mosh with a white lady in front of this whole 70,000. No, that's not gonna fly. I'm not gonna do that. She goes, okay. And then she grabs the next person next to her and like kisses him while like looking at me. I'm like, no, that's totally fine. No, thank you. Then they start playing. They start playing all these crazy songs. And in the middle of the song, he goes, hey, do we have any new Metallica fans here? 70,000 people in Gillette Stadium all turn, whomp, look at me. Right in the middle. The whole concert, they'd be going, hey, hey. And I'm like, hey, 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 hey. Well, welcome to the Metallica family. We don't care what race you are. I'm like, you kind of led with that. I don't know. We don't care what religion you are. All right, I don't know what you think. I know I'm brown, but I'm not. I mean, I don't. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not trying to be racist. Like, if you're Muslim, that's cool. I'm not. I know my name's Rashid, but like, my parents looking for a unique African American name. Unique was already taken, so that's how I got Rashid. Well, welcome to the family. You're gonna live forever, but first you gotta die. They play this song called Now That We're Dead, My Dear, which is a song about one person who wants to kill another person, not gendered because Metallica is woke. One person loves a person so much they want to kill them and then kill themselves so they be together forever in an afterlife. This is a metal ballad. The woman who was trying to get me to mosh settles up next to me. And also we start swaying like this to the music. This is not the beat of the music. The song was, but where everybody's just swaying this way. Tears are streaming. The show gets over the next song. All right, we got a video for you. Video comes down. Whoom, whoom, whoom. Cross in this corner, cross in that corner, on fire. The video is guys being lynched. Why? Because they like metal too much. I'm like, this is why they've been nice to me this whole time. They think black people and metal fans got the same history. So I'm glad I'm here tonight to get away from my kids because I have 3 kids now. Yeah, she counts. 3 kids. She's 1. I don't know what her function's gonna be. So I got a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old sons, and these kids are both 3 years sober. I'm like proud of them, you know. I'm also kind of annoyed because I'm not sober. Like this whole set I've been drinking from my pouch and my cheek. You know what I mean? I gotta do things too because I really want to teach them right. My dad's like, well, you know, because my dad is a Boston firefighter. He actually helped desegregate the Boston Fire Department. My mom worked in civil rights. Me, the most thing I've done is like I separate my like recycling. You know what I mean? Like brown and white paper together, corrugated metals over here. They told my dad, hey, we don't think you're gonna last 4 weeks. He lasted 43 years. I never last 43 days at a single job. What do you mean I can't check Sports Center from my cell phone? I'm done. We shall overcome. So my dad, I don't know what I should do. How should I teach my kids about the civil rights movement? Well, you should just like watch, Roots, right? I'm like, I don't know, man, because I love Luke Cage, my favorite comic character. I love Daredevil. I don't know. I haven't seen the whole thing. I'm going to watch Roots. I'll probably get confused with other things. Like, yeah, I think Roots is about a guy who doesn't want to be called Toby. So he runs away on a reading rainbow to join a Starship Enterprise. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Keep your hands going for Rashid Towns. Keep your hands going for all the comics that we've seen tonight. You have a good time? We're so glad you came out to support comedy here in Cambridge. Please check us out. Check out our Facebook page. High definition version of this will be out in a couple of days. We look forward to seeing you next month and each and every month. Have a great night, folks. Thank you.